Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Tiptoeing in my Jordans. Hello everyone, how you doing? How do I say it? Tom here, aka Nostradamus. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna eat some tostadas. Speaking of tostadas, I am on a diet. I'm on a crypto diet, and the heater is in effect. The heater is still on, boys and girls. What did I say Friday? I said, I don't know, what did I say? I said Ethereum. I said two things. I said Ethereum and Polkadot look like they're the best plays on the board. Wouldn't you know it, the next day, so much bullish news on Ethereum comes out. It is off to the races. Luckily, I'm like, man, I got to buy me some more Ethereum. I already told you I had a crypto buying problem. I told you I'm addicted. I can't stop buying it. I'm out of control. Please, someone stop this kid. But man, I had to. I couldn't help myself. So I bought 2 more Ethereum, but that's it. I'm done. Like, I'm done, son. Put a fork in him. I did buy 2 more Ethereum. I bought that in Binance. I paid, oh man, I don't remember what I paid for that. Let me pull it up real quick, boys and girls. That's not all of the diet. I got more of a diet going on. I'm not done. All right, Ethereum, what do we got? I bought 2.0337. I paid $1,660 for it. But I'm trying another diet, and I highly recommend you try this yourself. I've tried to stop looking at the prices so much, and I get tired of it. I'm constantly checking my phone. Oh, Ethereum's up, Bitcoin's up. Oh, Ethereum's down, Bitcoin's down. It's very depressing. It's very, very bipolar. Like one second I'm king of the world. The next second, I don't even want to say it because Bitcoin, I'm not Bitcoin. YouTube will probably shadow ban me or flat out ban me, but you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it worked out. So far, it worked out. Maybe it was the karma everything needed, because speaking of, we're going to get to it. So I didn't check the price for like 3 hours. And it was kind of freedom. Saint Gang in the house. How you doing, brother? You live against the legend right now. Yeah. Oh, man, live. I see what you're saying. Dude, I'm glad. I don't know if you're watching both or how you're doing it over there. I'm glad you're here, though. You know me. Look, Crypto is the king. Him and Moonboy Carl, man. Moonboy, like, man, the moons, like the stuff. Oh, my God. Actually, I've got the shower warmed up. I feel a little bit dirty about the title. I am going to have to shower. It's a little bit clickbaity, kind of, but everything in that title is true, and I'm going to get into it. Everything I'm saying about Ethereum is true. I called it Friday. I'm like, this is the best player on the board. Boom. What do you know? Now, all the YouTubers are out there. They're all saying it. EIP 1559. It was actually a bit of a delay too. I was like really expected Ethereum to start moving up. And I'm not saying put your 2-week resignation in yet, because we're not out of the woods yet. And oh man, I've got so much going on in my head right now. I can't take it. So even BitBoy I'm going to give BitBoy a little bit of props. We might have to give him a few points on the meter today. Dude, like, you don't just like, what do you need to listen to on Crypto? He's probably talking about how Bitcoin's imminent, going to be $200,000. This indicator's flashing. Must buy now. I kid, I kid, brother. So anyway, BitBoy did a video today on Ethereum, and one of the things he said, and I'm sure he didn't come up with it, but I'm like, okay, here we go, another tinfoil hat theory. And he basically said there's a conspiracy theory that they're keeping the price of Ethereum down because it's just too expensive for all these decentralized apps to run on the network. And I'm like, man, that kind of makes a lot of sense. So I don't know, and then I started thinking about it more and more, and I'm like, that's probably not the case. It's probably just more of a cause and effect, that the fact that the gas prices are so high, the effect is that's probably in itself keeping the price of Ethereum down. Dude, so I have reef. Everyone knows I have some reef, but I'm I haven't really been talking about it, and I'm actually kind of sour on Reef. I'm not really feeling Reef, and I keep trying to like convert it to Engine or Ethereum. I was going to trade it to Ethereum this morning because I do think Ethereum is the best play on the board. Yeah, you know what I think about technical analysis. Technical analysis is just a little tool that kind of helps you. I agree. He does really good technical analysis. There's a couple, I don't know if you follow him, Benjamin Cohen, check him out. He does really, really good technical analysis. I'm kind of the same way with technical analysis. It's kind of, I think technical analysis gives you good exit points to consider. But I think a lot of it's cause and effect too. Like the technical analysis works out because of the movement. But when it comes to crypto especially, crypto is not going to break out on a wedge because it's hitting the wedge, or it's not going to break down because you can always find the pattern. Crypto is going to do what it does because of current sentiment and whatever news story just landed. For example, Ethereum's not breaking out because it was like, we could pull up the chart. Let me pull up the chart. Ethereum, like there's a pattern. I'm sure there was a pattern there. Yeah, look at this. Ethereum was coming to a pattern, and according to the pattern, it was either going to break down or it was going to go to the upside, and that's what they all tell you. Or, you know, there's a possibility it could continue to spin, you know, go sideways, and you can just change your pattern a little. But it didn't break out because it hit the end of the wedge. It broke out because of EIP 1559 is the biggest reason. There's a couple other stories, but I think that's the biggest reason. And there's a few other reasons why I really liked Ethereum. One, it's, you know, it's kind of underperforming. And like I said on Friday, it's going to have its day in the sun. I didn't know its day in the sun was going to be the next day. And I don't think it's done. I mean, it is the first mover advantage. It's the big daddy. It's the inventor of the smart contract. You're betting on the man Vitalik. Vitalik is showing you that he's working hard to fix the problems, and EIP 1559 should address a lot of the, and this isn't coming to July. So my focus right now is actually going to be on accumulating more Ethereum, unless it goes to like, I don't know, $3,000 quick or whatever. But you can see he's working on it. You see he's addressing it. All these other projects on Ethereum are working on layer 2. I think Uniswap should be soon with their layer 2, which would be massive. So you got a lot of things going for Ethereum that I personally, and my prediction, I didn't put a prediction. I didn't say I was going to put a prediction, right? But I'm going to give you one. I will be very, very happy if by July, I think a $3,000 Ethereum is very, very doable. Maybe 5,000. 5,000, you're getting, you know, Ethereum's maybe getting a little ahead of itself again. And that's kind of where I'm at. I love crypto. Oh, yeah. So honestly, I'm glad you love it because it's too much energy for me. It is. I'm an old man. It's just too much. I like him in crypto. Don't get me wrong. All right. So, anyway, yeah, man, I think Ethereum's breaking out. I think this is it. Again, don't put in your 2-week resume. Bitcoin, again, I'm on a diet. I wasn't looking at the price. My friend texted me and I was like, wow, it is mooning. Bitcoin's mooning. It's now over 51,000. I do think it's going to continue. Oh, that's the other news, right? And you mentioned it, the stimulus check. So the stimulus check, I think a lot of people are going to be buying crypto with it. I think you're more likely to see people buying Ethereum right now, maybe some Litecoin than Bitcoin, just because there's the stigma of how high the price is. So I think probably going forward, there'll still be a lot of retail going into Bitcoin. I'm still buying Bitcoin, a little bit. I auto buy $50 a week or $100 a week. I don't remember. Just set it and forget it. I'm actually really excited. This is a cool story. So I helped my friend set up Robinhood in like November of last year in an M1 Finance. And I set her up a little bucket of accounts for the stocks. And at the time, this is when I was still really early and Robinhood's all I really knew. And there was no way to set up auto buy Bitcoin in it. But I got her to buy $1,000 of Bitcoin. And I told her to buy like at least once a month, put like 50 or whatever dollars in it. I should have known better that she wouldn't have done it. That's fine. But man, we checked her account today. She put in $1,000 in November, and that thing's sitting over $3,000 right now. And that's how easy it is. So I set her up on a Gemini account, and now we set up recurring buys every week. She's buying $100 of Ethereum, $100 of Bitcoin. And I said, man, just forget you even have this. Let it do its thing. Don't take it out in a year to go on a vacation on Hawaii or whatever crazy ass thing you want to do. And I promise you, by 2025, man, this thing could be over 6 figures, right? And I said, you know what? I'll have to stay on her butt a little bit about it. But like every time you have a little bit of spare change, just put like buy $20 of Bitcoin or buy 20. And that's what I do. Speaking of buys, now I told you I'm on a diet. But another thing I did buy on Friday or Saturday, maybe it was yesterday, was the graph. I was doing some more research on the graph. I really like the graph a lot. So I bought $1,000 worth, I think, $1,000 worth of GRT. I'm just going to set it and forget it. You can delegate this and earn interest. It's you got to be pretty much Einstein to figure it all out. I mean, there's some pretty complex mathematical formulas and their white papers and everything. I was reading through it. There's a lot to it, but I really like a lot of what the graph's doing, and I think this one can really be a monster. Think about getting into Google and like even say 2000, right? Well, I mean, this is the Google of blockchain, right? It really is. So I may continue to add to the graph over time. Like it is one of the ones that I do kind of want a dollar cost average into every now and then. You know, obviously I got my cores. I got my Bitcoin, I got my Ethereum, I got my Polkadot, and I got my Cardano that I love. And then I'm buying Binance chain, like $50 recurring buy every once a week. I could probably set that up. Maybe I do like $25 or $50 a month just on the graph, you know, over on Coinbase, and let that accumulate. I think the graph could be a monster in 5 to 10 years, right? I really like that one a lot. He is the only YouTuber telling oh no, well, I mean, of course he is. The dude's already a multi-trillionaire. Yeah, no, I love that. I love that. I didn't know that, but that's great. I mean, he doesn't need the money. Why? Of course, I don't even know if he could turn that off or what have you, but yeah, and that's where I want to be. I don't want to be a bitch to the YouTube algorithm. I don't want YouTube to be my source of income. I just want to hop on, have fun, talk to like-minded, intelligent people. Let's make money in crypto. Let's make that my livelihood, that my income, maybe some other sources of income. But let's hop over to the markets, man. You will not believe what's going on. Like if you were to bet, is the NASDAQ going to be green or red on the futures open? What would you have bet? How would you have not bet up? Stimulus check, right? $1.9 COVID package, right? Dude, it was negative. It's still negative, and I had to fade it. When I first checked it, it was down about 5 points. This to me looked like one of the best fades, bear traps on the board I've ever seen in my life. It was around negative 45, and I went long. I'm going to go to bed long, and I'm going to sleep like a baby. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right? We'll deal with that in the morning, but I went long one mini NASDAQ contract, and it's currently working. I will be very, very surprised if this is not well into the green by this time tomorrow. But we'll have to see. You never know. I have mentioned, and I can't stop looking at this chart, and this is very well known. I'm sitting here and, you know, I've been trying to make sense out of this chart, and I actually started making some sense out of it. So this is some really good news if you're into the stock market. This is my opinion, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I've mentioned how like this is just too steep. This in it, the correlation and what it looked like with the .com crash. But I've been keep sitting here and evaluating and trying to make sense at it. And I've done like this one new trend line that I've taken a look at. And if you look at this, it really kind of really overcorrected really hard on this .com. And if you look at this as like being way overcorrected to the downside before it finally starts catching up and making sense again, I mean, this is still quite a ways away. But, and then if you look at this one, you know, if this, I mean, this is still a pretty good clip if the market's doing really good. But this one makes sense. This one right here can make sense to me if the market's doing really good. And even if you go up some to like say around 280, 300, which is still, you know, 10 to 30, 40 points away, it's not that bad. So this is starting to look like I think things could calm down. You know, we couldn't run into the same thing again, though. The market could eventually hit a crescendo. It could crash. It could overcorrect and be really ugly again for years. I really don't see that happening because the Fed is going to continue to do things that, you know, step in and prevent that from happening. I don't really think, I think a lot of these things, a lot of people are saying with, you know, hyperinflation, even like BitBoy today was, what did he say? He's like, the stock market is doomed. The stock market is going to crash. The dollar is going, I'm like, dude, like, are you actually rooting for that? Like, first of all, if all that happens, it's not like crypto can't go with it. Maybe you want to go check the March prices again. Second, are you communists? I mean, like, they can both be successful, right? Bitcoin is going to be very successful without hyperinflation. I hate to break the news to you, but anyway, that was just my thought on that. As I look at the chart, I don't think the Nasdaq's that bad. It's already doing a pretty decent correction. What is it, about 15%, maybe 10, between 10 and 15%. We're currently at an 11% correction. Dude, that's nothing. That's nothing, man. That's, are you kidding me? That's normal. 10, 15% is normal. We can go down another 5, 10%. That's healthy in my opinion. Let it correct. Start, if you're like buying stock, start accumulating it now. Tesla, like, oh, look at that, boys and girls. The Nasdaq's green. Shocker. Let's see what we got. Meet Kevin interviewed. See, yeah, I watched some of that. I watched some of that interview. It was really good. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I definitely like what I saw from the CEO of Voyager. I like Voyager. I actually opened an account and it got approved pretty quick because I used Journey Crypto's code because he had some special deal. And then I did my KYC and they had a problem with the KYC and so that's pending. That'll probably take weeks. There's a lot of things I like about Voyager. You can, I don't think it's like BlockFi. It's kind of more, it's more like Gemini, right? Because Gemini, it's a full-on exchange and Gemini, you can earn interest on it, where BlockFi is mostly just earning interest on a few. I would say BlockFi is more like Celsius and Voyager is more like, and the things I like about Voyager, you can buy Polkadot on there, you can buy Cardano on there, if I remember. Cardano for sure, I think Polkadot. I might get confused with KuCoin, but I'm 99% sure you can buy Cardano on there. You know I love me some Cardano. And that you can stake, I believe. You can. I haven't had a chance to fully check it out because my KYC hasn't gone through. I think it's a really good app. I mean, I would akin it to like, and this is kind of a negative slight, but kind of like the Robinhood, not really, of crypto. It's just really easy to use, it looks like. And I would imagine the fees are a lot better. I mean, that's one of the things I like about Gemini and Coinbase. They're really easy to use. Gemini is very, very Robinhood-like. Like you swipe and champagne bottles and right, but the fees are so damn high, right? I mean, they're not that bad, but they're kind of expensive. And then, so Gemini has some really cool stuff though, and that's how I set my friend up with recurring buys, and I showed her how to immediately get the earn interest on it. And eventually all apps are going to have that. It's just, you have to, right? I mean, why not? Like Gemini has it, Celsius has it, BlockFi has it. Kraken and Binance are more of a staking thing, but I bet they're going to have it soon. It just, you're going to lose customers without it. Does he? He loves Polkadot. Oh yeah, I kind of saw. I think I saw that part. I do think I remember seeing that part. How do you not love Polkadot, right? I mean, I love me some Polkadot. Polkadot's pumping too. What's Polkadot doing? ... Circle, dot, dot. That just got weird. See, I mean, come on. How are you not gonna say I'm a better technical analysis than Crypto? Like, can Crypto put high in his chart with a little rocket and a moon? Or what about this, Cardano? Can he spell out ADA in his charts? Ethereum, can he spell ETH in his charts? Bitcoin, can he? Look at that. He can't do that. I'm better than Chris. Hey, interesting fact that I almost gave about myself. Anyway, yeah, man, it's looking really good. Bitcoin's over 51,000. I'm happy about that. Ethereum's on the move. I would not be surprised to wake up tomorrow and see this thing pumping hard over 2,000. I know I'm getting a little moon boy talk there, but once Ethereum gets moving, maybe this news isn't fully digested by the populace yet. Maybe the Robinhood kids have been playing too much Rust on the weekends with Meet Kevin. I don't know, but I think tomorrow, the market's going to open. I think the markets, look at that. Ooh, got to be happy about that. My NASDAQ long, Chipotle on me tomorrow, boys and girls, if this continues. All right, it has been a blast. Obviously, I'm in a really good mood. It is good to see the tide start turning. I'm going to try and stay on my diet. Let's see. There's almost no chance of this. I'm going to try and not look at crypto prices till tomorrow morning before I start. Maybe as I wake up, do my little morning dance. So the futures were down. The NASDAQ futures were down like 40 points. I had to fade it. So I went long. So the NASDAQ currently up about 4.5 points. I'm up $100 on that. That was one of the easiest fades I've ever seen. I'm not saying it still can't go south, but I don't know how. It's starting to try and turn negative again. I think the E-mini has been green the whole time. So the E-mini's up about 12 points. So that even though and I think it was up more like 12 or 15. So I think they're just really kind of, the text really was still people are still kind of like a little wishy-washy on that. I think that's going to change. Personally, I think it's going to be a really green week in the stock market. That's my vibe. If I'm right, I may keep this NASDAQ long on all week, rest of the month. Who knows? Just let it roll, baby. Tesla, I think Tesla's going to, if you're not in Tesla, it's a really good time to start nibbling. Might start putting on some more put spreads over there. I'm not really looking to buy Tesla stock right now because I'm saving it. Like, you know how much I am into crypto. Even my stock account, look, Mara, Bitcoin, MicroStrategies, Bitcoin, Riot, Bitcoin, Tesla, 10% Bitcoin, IRA, same thing. It's just a who's who of Bitcoin stocks. So as long as Bitcoin continues to run, we'll be a happy mofo in the morning. And if this NASDAQ continues to run all this week, and what is Toy Story dude say? Lightyear to infinity and beyond. Let's go, baby. Let's see what else is going on. Silver's up 19 cents, which is a pretty massive move. What is gold doing? Gold's up about $7. Crude oil's up another. Dude, crude oil's up to $67 a barrel. That's out of control. Like, man, I got to pull that up in a chart. We got to take a look at that. That is crazy. What's the dollar doing? So the dollar's down. Of course it's down. Bitcoin's up and the stock market's up. So I think the dollar, we might have to put $1 short on tomorrow in the morning, boys and girls. Because I think this is going back down to the depths of the sea. Well, I wanted to look at crude oil. Let's see how easy that is to pull up. Crude oil futures, pretty damn easy. Maybe not. What about NYSE? Let's do that one. All right, so $76. That must be further out in time. Either way, we can take a look at. Yeah, look at. I guess that's not all-time highs. Was it that high recently? Man, all right. Maybe I don't really remember. Let's look at a different one. Let's just do it on one Tasty Works. All right, yeah, that's what I kind of expected to see. That's only going to go back to the last. Oh, that goes back quite a way, actually. So it's like all-time highs for the last year. Yeah, no, that's pretty high. I would be inclined to short crude oil, but I'm not stepping in front of that big ass freight train because crude oil futures are expensive as F. A lot of money in a crude oil future. What is the word I'm looking for? I'm a little lightheaded from all the talking. One last thing I did want to check was the VIX. The VIX has got to be down, right? So volatility. Oh, it's only down a nickel. I expect that to be down quite a bit more in the morning. Tesla can put the BTC profits. You know, I don't really know. I think Meet Kevin kind of made an incorrect assumption about how they can report that. I honestly don't know. I mean, it's kind of uncharted territory. It'll be interesting to find out. I mean, they're already, I mean, the word on the street, I don't know how, because I don't know that anyone really knows what they paid for it other than themselves. It's all speculation. But everyone's already speculated that they've already made more money in Bitcoin than they have in the entire history of the company. Because, I mean, they've only been profitable for a little, like 4 or 5 quarters now to the tune of, I don't know, $500-700 million. So that's pretty crazy. And that there's a lot of stories going on right now. A part of, it's probably a lot of why the market's going up. Speculation that Jack Dorsey got about, I don't know, 1.2 billion in senior notes. Speculation that that's going into Bitcoin. I think it's going to be a big week. I'm really excited. There a lot of fun. The Indian government said, psych again, we're not going to ban Bitcoin. I mean, how many times can they cry wolf, right? As long as Janet Yellen keeps her, I'm trying to be respectful here. As long as Janet Yellen just chills and just doesn't say I don't really think Janet Yellen had much to do about anything in the Bitcoin dipping. As long as the miners just chill a bit, I do think some stories are on the horizon, especially both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I think we're getting ready to have a really nice leg into a nice bull run leg here. I think it's going to be good times for a while. Hopefully no crazy pullbacks. Again, I've said numerous times, I don't want it to get crazy. I don't want it to go up too fast. I'm really happy with this current nice, steady, I would rather get to 100 or 150,000 at the end of the year instead of 100,000 by the end of March and back down to 60,000, then up to 120,000, then back down. And it's too much for the ticker. You know what I'm saying? Keep it nice, steady, and smooth. Let's keep that liquidity flowing in. The more liquidity we get, the smoother the ride should be, the less bumpy the crashes are. Anyway, that's my opinion. I will be back 6:25 a.m. PST. Be there, be square. Love you guys. Hit them like buttons, hit them subscribe. I don't say that much. If you like the content, smash the likes. Banning Mongolia you're gonna keep me talking, aren't you, saying? Banning Mongolia miners 7 to 9. Yeah, that's a big story. You're right. That's a big story. It's good for Riot and Mara. It's good for Bitcoin in general, in my opinion. So they did kind of theorize that that's part of the reason why so much dumping was happening. But that's good for Bitcoin because I would like to see the miners get spread around. I don't even want America to be number one in mining. And you spread that thing around. The more decentralized, the better. Less chance of 51% attacks and all that. Spread the wealth around. Let's make it completely decentralized. I'm happy more American countries are getting involved. Even other countries get involved. Get mining operations going. United States, please tell me. Powell, Yellen, you know what you should be saying? We just bought $1 trillion of Bitcoin. Could you imagine that? They could do that too, right? They could come out and say, and the thing would go to the moon. They could come out and say, you know what? Bitcoin is it. It's the business. We're going to buy $1 trillion of it. I mean, you wouldn't want to say anything. You would just want to let the Python scripts buy that without making the price go crazy. But man, they could do that, right? They could buy $1 trillion of Bitcoin, be in the game, and then the United States would probably be set, right? We wouldn't have to worry about the collapse of the economy. It doesn't need to be backed. We don't need to be backed by gold. We don't need to be backed by Bitcoin, but you definitely want, At minimum, set up some freaking mining rigs at some of your army bases, right? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Saying gang gang, peace. Catch you tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.